Again, I apologize for the really shitty lighting and like this awkward angle. I was over on my bed, but it's my fucking light sucks in here, and I need to get a mirror or a mirror. Yeah, I need to get a lamp. So I like turn my closet light on, and I'm chilling down here on the floor. My computer's up on like a box. Yeah, so that you can see anything. But anyways, um, just wanted to talk about ear stretching tonight. Uh, this is probably going to be a really, really long video because I talk a lot, and I mean, I'm only at a 2 gauge right now, so I definitely still have like a lot more to learn about stretching and about bigger sizes. And once I've done more of that, I'll do like an update video. I'll probably do an update video every time I go up a size. But yeah, like I'll keep updating on it until I get to my goal size and shit. But anyways, I just know that I have fucked my ears up a lot in this process so far. So I just wanted to make a video to kind of talk about what all I've done so far and like my experience and tell people to not be idiots like I was. So yeah, there's that. Um, okay, so first thing I'm gonna start off is I guess I'm just gonna well first I'll show you my ears first. I'm at a 2 gauge right now. Which, I mean, they're finally starting to look legit, but they're not that big yet at all. So, I'll take the plug out so you can see how big the hole looks. My ball is shiny! Okay, so, there's the plug. Yeah, like, it's, you know, decent size, but it's still really small. There's my ear hole. My other earring being all awkward and stuff. But yeah. And you can't really see because it's like dark and shitty quality, but you can definitely like hardcore see through them now. So that's exciting. They smell really bad. I need to clean my ears more often. But anyways, which by the way, ear funk. When you start stretching your ears, it's like dead skin cells and dirt and oils and shit that get trapped between like your ear hole and your jewelry, and it's really, really, really gross. So you need to like clean your ears like every freaking day because if you don't, it's nasty. Like I just haven't cleaned mine for like 2 days, and now they smell bad already. But anyways, okay. Um, I think it's pretty self-explanatory what stretching is. I don't think I really have to tell you what stretching is. It's a regular piercing that you use tapers or pinchers or taping or whatever you decide to do to make the hole bigger. Okay, assuming that you all know that, or you probably wouldn't be watching this, I'm going to tell you super duper basic ways of stretching, or at least I'll tell you about how I've been stretching. And I know there are like a billion different ways to do it, and that I've done it the wrong ways a lot, and I'm going to talk about that. But I moved, I was in Alabama, I'm from Ohio, I was in Alabama. I moved back to Ohio in February, and I started stretching about at the end of February, and it's close to the end of July now. So it's taken me about 5 months to get to this point because I've had some setbacks. But so yeah. Okay, so when I first started stretching again this time, when I first moved back, I was apprenticing in a tattoo shop, and they had all kinds of plugs and stuff, but they didn't really have any tapers or anything. Seeing them every day made me want to stretch really bad. So I just went and got some 14s, which I don't know why I thought they were 12s at the time, because they're clearly way too small to be 12s, but they just look like this, actually. They look a lot bigger than they are when they're in your ear. But, yeah, and then this screws off. Ah! I just dropped it. Okay, so, yeah. And I just dry stretched and put those in, which means I didn't use a taper or a pincher or anything because these are so small. Like, this is a 16 in my cartilage right now, and that took nothing to get it through at all. And now that I've had that in there for months, I could probably put this in there if I wanted to. But anyways, so I just started at a 14, and it didn't really do anything. I didn't really even feel it. Nothing. That was just kind of to get it ready to go up. And I had that in for about probably 3 weeks. And then I went and got some 12 gauge pinchers. I lost the O-rings off of these because my boyfriend has the other pincher because he only has one ear that he's doing. I don't know why. He's only doing one of his ears. But anyways, he has my other pincher and my other O-rings. But yeah, there's the other. My 12 gauge pincher was the next one that I did. Didn't even feel that. And then it came with a set of teeny tiny plugs, which, I don't know how to show you these things. It's very, very difficult. Okay, there's a little plug. Little teeny tiny 12 gauge plug. And I was so excited when I had those in because I was like, oh my god, you can tell that I'm Anyways, so I had those in for about, I think, another 3 weeks. And then I ran into the same problem as I did before when I went to go get 10 gauge pinchers or tapers or whatever. I just went to Walmart because it was closer to me at the time, and they didn't have any. No Walmart that I have ever been to has had 10 gauge anything. They go from 12s to 8s, and I don't know why, but they just do. So I went and got, instead of going somewhere that had 10s or ordering them on the internet, I just bought 8s, which are these, which you can't really see, but there's the rainbow fucking, here, take the O-rings off, the zebra print, leopard print shit, and I might post pictures of all these at the end, I don't think you really need to see them, but I might post pictures. Anyways, tapers, 8 gauge, and here, like, you can see the difference, because what I ended up doing was, I skipped 10s, and I went straight, here, let me take the O-rings off of these two. I went straight from a 12 to an 8. I don't know if you can really see that, but it's pretty significant jump. Yeah, so anyways, that hurt like a bitch. And I know a lot of people have skipped sizes when they're that small and they say that they don't hurt, but it hurt me. I don't know. That's the only one that I've had that has hurt really bad, but it hurt. So, and I still, at that point, I didn't really know a whole lot about blowouts and shit. Like, I know skipping sizes is bad, but I was like, oh, they're still small enough. They won't matter. It does. Do not skip sizes. Those tapers came with these plugs, 8 gauge plugs. They're double flares, which means they get bigger at both ends. And that's a pretty significant difference. From the middle is the actual size of your ear, so that's the outside fucking part of it. And you're supposed to be able to, like, put them in at an angle and put them. I could never get those in. Like, it hurt way too bad to even attempt it. And I was like, I'm not even gonna bother. So I just wore tapers the whole time I was at 8. And then I did that for about 2 or 3 weeks. I think that one was only 2 weeks. And then I went up to a 6 gauge with these tapers. That's obviously bigger than the actual gauge because it's got a single flare on it. And these are surgical steel, so they're really, really nice. And then after a 6 gauge was a 2 gauge, or 4 gauge, sorry. I'm ahead of myself. Hang on a second. Let me get this here. Okay. This is a 4 gauge taper. When I was at a 4, I was so excited. I bought my first pair of tunnels, and I can't find them. I think they're over there somewhere. I don't know. I can't find them to show you. But I got my first pair of tunnels, and I was super duper excited because I was like, oh, you can see through my ear. They're like little pink ones. But yeah, I can't find them. But anyways, those are my 4s. And then I got these Batman plugs that I'm super fucking stoked about. And like, actually both sides of these just screw off. But, those are my 4s. And then, I only had those in for about, I was up to a 4 for a long time, actually. I was at a 4 for about a month and a half. Because then I had, 2-gauge tapers, but I didn't have any plugs or tunnels or anything. And it's really, really bad to wear tapers for any extended period of time at all. And especially once you get up to a bigger size. And like, this is a 2-gauge. And it's a pretty big jump from a 4. And here. This is a 4. This is a 2. So, I mean, that's a big jump. And I was terrified. I thought that jump was going to hurt so fucking bad. But I had my ears at a 4 for like a month and a half, 2 months before I went to a 2, so they were way, way healed. And it didn't hurt at all. I mean, it stung for like a second, and then it was fine. So, yeah. So that's that. And, let me think. Okay. So then, yeah, these are my 2-gauge plugs that I'm still at a 2 right now. This is where